A loaded cargo ship got caught in a storm in the Bay of Biscay. The waves passed through the entire deck of the ship. Incredible footage. USS Bunker Hill replenishment at sea with USS Carl Vinson in the South China Sea. A Chinese Navy warship collided with its own Coast Guard vessel while chasing a Philippine patrol boat in the South China Sea. This rare and dramatic incident has attracted the attention of the world community.
Really?
Ja, typisk over spire i syre, eller?
Yeah, we're an icebreaker.
Academic Treshnikov is a Russian hydrometeorology and environmental monitoring research vessel sailing through a storm in the Bay of Biscay. Preparation of ice platforms and unloading of the vessel on the dock in the Yenisei Bay of the Kara Sea through the Northern Sea Route. 3,500 tons of cargo and more than 170 pieces of equipment. The cargo ship Smart ran aground and split in half. It happened in the harbor of Richards Bay, on the coast of the Indian Ocean in the Republic of South Africa. Installation of the Johann Mamstal vessel for unloading on a dock in the area of Cape Tanalau in the Yenisei Bay. An oil tanker MT Jade caught by a powerful hurricane in the Atlantic Ocean. In the early morning of March 16, 2011, the 225-meter bulk carrier MS Oliva runs aground at Nightingale Island, regarded as the second most important bird island in the world, and very remotely located at 1,500 miles from Cape Town. Beautiful shots of the Queen Elizabeth cruise ship in the Atlantic Ocean during an 11-magnitude storm. The ship cleaves through huge waves. During a cruise ship trip, a passenger suffered a heart attack. A U.S. Marine Boeing Vertol CH-46 Sea Knight came to help. A cruise ship crashes into an iceberg and a burst of water erupts behind the ship. Sawyer Glacier in the Tracy Arm Fjord, Alaska. An Icelandic air rescue team is at work rescuing the crew of a cargo ship, Skalva, caught in a storm. A 160-meter-long cargo ship was caught in a devastating storm near the Cape of Good Hope. The ship's roll reaches 32 degrees at a critical 40.
Là, il est cassé. Là. Ça y est, il se casse.
A South Korean cargo ship carrying approximately 4,000 vehicles bound for the Middle East has listed heavily off the coast of the southern U.S. state of Georgia. The U.S. Coast Guard said the Golden Ray had a pilot and 23 crew members on board when it capsized in St. Simon's Sound. Ship loses cargo during storm. The Fedra engines failed to start, and efforts to secure new lines from 3 large tugs failed. It was pinned up against the cliffs below the Europa Point lighthouse. 4 of the ship's crew were airlifted to safety by the gallant efforts of the Spanish Coast Guard.
That probably did it.
I tried to have a nice relaxing pee and it all got blown away.
Yeah.
Oh, let's calm down a bit.
Hard to imagine the violence of the storm.
Yeah.
It's still very stormy.
A small ship caught in a storm loses its cargo.
Oh, that's gonna go. Keep watching. Keep watching.
There it is. Whoa! Wow! Phenomena. Big wall. So hold on.
Yeah, hold on is right.
Look at that mini tsunami.
Tidal wave.
Did you see that tsunami?
A tidal wave.
Oh, really? Whoa.
A huge glacier is splitting apart,
That
forming a
was
huge blue ice
huge.
wall. Anyone who has seen such beauty in person will not forget.
That was
It's coming. It's coming.
yeah. Hold on.
West Navigator meets Hurricane Barrett on Ormenlange outside Kristiansund. October 18th, 2014. Ebola scare on board. U.S. Coast Guard picking up blood sample from the Carnival Magic en route back to Galveston.
What's that? Oh my god. gone and crashed.
This trip to Antarctica is getting really interesting.
Oh my god.
The 195-meter-long oil tanker was caught in a 12-point storm. The wind speed reaches 50 meters per second.
What's that stuff?
Бля, сейчас в самый нужный момент еще закончится. Ну что, падение не зафотаешь, что ли, ёбаный рот? Блять, как бы самому не уебаться еще.
This Damen PSV 3300 CS is a medium-sized PSV dedicated to the transport of goods to and from offshore locations. It is given global relevance with its DP2 capabilities, 551, and preparation for oil recovery duties.
Wow, that was nice, man. That was nice, man. Oh shit.
The Ocean X Sanderling pushed to St. John's, NL from Halifax in a very bad winter storm. The vessel pushed at 11-12 knots, while other vessels in the area slowed to a safe 3-4 knots for safety and to prevent any damages.
Oh man. Huh?
The Ulstein-designed ultra-long-distance towing vessels, ALP Keeper and ALP Sweeper of ALP Maritime's Future Class, towed an FPSO from Singapore to Angola. On a fishing vessel in the open sea, a fisherman fell overboard while pulling a trawl. A giant cargo ship transports timber during a storm. These waves are quite powerful and high. At such moments, the full force of nature is really felt. Polar Onyx is an offshore construction vessel designed and built by UL Stein. Delivery to GC Reber Shipping. First assignment in deep waters offshore Brazil for Petrobras. A large loaded cargo ship sails in the Pacific Ocean through a 10-point Beaufort storm. The aftermath of a major hurricane in the Indian Ocean. Part of the cargo on the ship was lost.
We stopped.
A severe storm caught a cargo ship in the Pacific Ocean. Huge waves are rolling on the deck.
Нихуя себе, блядь. Вот это въебало, блядь. Не знаю, блядь. Хорошо, что не вышли, блядь.
Bulk carrier Good Faith ran aground in stormy weather on the northern coast of Andros Island, Greece, in the Aegean Sea. Drone footage showed the Solong and the Stena Immaculate floating in the North Sea after their collision. The Stena Immaculate was carrying 220,000 barrels of jet fuel for the U.S. Air Force when it was struck while stationary by the German-owned Solong on Monday morning. The naming ceremony of the new cable-laying vessel of the Italian Prysmian Group took place in Finland. The 171m long vessel was named Prysmian Mona Lisa. The vessel is equipped with 2 carousels for underwater cables weighing 7,000 and 10,000 tons each, and with a hybrid battery system and diesel generators. Prysmian Mona Lisa will be able to lay an underwater cable at a depth of 3,000 meters. Cruise ship Anthem of the Seas go through Hurricane Hermine. The Grand Holiday cruise ship passes through powerful waves in a storm. You can see how the ship tilted, which caused panic among passengers and crew. Incredible footage of glaciers melting and making waves, taken from an expedition vessel in Antarctica.
Oh my God.
Here it goes. Get it. Oh! It's called a pulper.
I thought the Red October was coming up this.
So popper is when you have a bit of an iceberg break off from underneath and it comes up and just out of nowhere goes pop. Which is why you will never get close to the foot of an iceberg because you can get one without knowing it's coming. They go right miles.
Move.
Yeah, move away.
The Drake Strait is an intercontinental strait connecting the southern parts of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The cargo ship Red Rose goes through a storm.
Too much, eh?
Aurora Australis in a fully developed force 9 gale on her way to Antarctica. Wind 40-45 knots. Significant wave height 9 meters, but the most impressive wave is the dumping 14-meter breaker just ahead of the ship. An oil tanker is experiencing a powerful Hurricane Sandy in the Sargasso Sea, a 12-point Beaufort storm. The Taimyr is a Russian nuclear icebreaker designed to guide ships to the mouths of Siberian rivers. The installation develops a capacity of 50,000 HP and allows the icebreaker to go through ice 2 meters thick. The icebreaker can operate at temperatures up to 50 degrees Celsius. On board the ship MS Expedition, Force 12 on the Beaufort scale, from the Antarctic Peninsula to South America. A cargo ship is struggling with giant waves in the rough sea of northern China. The force of the storm reaches 12 Beaufort points.
Πάμε 25%. 25. Μπράβο, καλό ήταν το 25. Πίστευτο. Μέσον. Τι πες τώρα. Κάνε 30%. 30. Και έλα 2-4-0. 30-2.
Irina Arctica in storm hurricane weather, sailing against wind with about 30 meters at the coast of Greenland. The Spanish cargo ship Luno crashed off the coast of Biscay, France. As a result of engine failure during a storm, the ship drifted and was then washed ashore near Bayonne by the wind and current. The freighter ran into a breakwater extending from the shore, after which it was torn into two parts by the surf's pressure. All 12 sailors aboard the cargo ship were rescued and evacuated by helicopters from the French Coast Guard. An oil tanker was caught in a storm off the coast of Wales, which also affected the Bay of Biscay.
What if glaciers aren't just frozen, but ticking time bombs waiting to explode? As these ice giants shatter into the sea, leaving behind waves of destruction and beauty in equal measure. Brace yourselves today. We're witnessing glaciers literally break the ice, but in the most epic way possible. Hold on to your seats, or maybe even your snow boots, as we dive into some jaw-dropping glacier collapses that will make you rethink your next winter vacation. We're starting off in the Arctic, where a massive glacier is about to collapse. Look closely as flocks of birds take flight, sensing something big is coming. Then brace for the wave that follows, and there it goes. A massive wave crashes as the glacier hits the water.
That's a wave.
The birds scatter, and the raw power of nature is impossible to ignore. Now we're in Argentina's Perito Moreno Glacier, 2013. A massive chunk of ice breaks off, and what do the spectators do? Cheer, of course, because watching a glacier crumble is totally something to celebrate, right? And there it goes, crashing into the water. The crowd's still cheering like it's a sports event. Classic. Next, we're in Iceland, where a glacier starts to collapse like dominoes, one by one. And the tourists on the shore? Yeah, they start to realize they might want to not be there, as the waves from the collapse race toward them. The waves crash into the shore with insane power, sending everyone running. Nature doesn't do gentle.
Like artillery.
In Kenai Fjords, Alaska, May 2010, it starts small with just some ice crumbling. Then, bam! A huge chunk falls, creating a massive wave. The tourists, as always, thinking they're on a calm ride, Get a reality check as the water turns into ocean-like waves. Luckily, no accidents, but that picnic definitely got interesting. Glacier bridges are always a treat to watch, but when they're collapsing, it's like something straight out of a movie. That's exactly what happened here at Perito Moreno. A massive ice bridge starts to crumble, piece by piece, and then down it goes. The bridge couldn't hold on and collapsed in spectacular fashion. A jaw-dropping scene you wouldn't believe unless you saw it. This clip from Sawyer Glacier, Tracy Arm, is a reality check for anyone who thinks glacier collapses are just a fun spectacle. It starts with tourists cheering as the ice falls, completely unaware of what's coming next. Suddenly, a massive chunk crashes like dominoes, sending debris and flying ice dangerously close to the tourists. A chilling reminder: glaciers don't play, and neither should we around them. In March 2016, Argentine Patagonia's Viedma Glacier put on a show with one of the largest calving events of the season. For over 2 hours, onlookers and tour guides watched in awe as massive chunks of ice broke away, a true spectacle of nature. This dramatic collapse is a stark reminder of how rapidly glaciers are retreating due to climate change. Impressive? Yes. Saddening? Absolutely.